when you're alone again, an ordinary man, an ordinary place, when the machines have gone, you cannot fill their space, but you wish that you were. But you wish that you can lull me into the last. Why must I fool you? And nothing else is just. Hey Dragica.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine. You?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just got back. Well, got back. I just stopped a vacation for 2 weeks. Haven't been playing the Eigenharp for 2 weeks. So, so what is it again?
Always a problem.
So, how's your Eigenharping going?
It's going good. I still have to get used to getting the keys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting there.
Cool. Also, you have a gig in September, right?
Yes, I have. It's still unconfirmed. I'm not public, but I'm expecting that it will be in September. Yeah.
Okay.
So
awesome.
I'm training.
So you're rehearsing with the band for that?
Yeah.
Cool. So what I'm doing here at the same time, I'm actually streaming this also out on live stream with a screen capturing software. So let me just paste that in the chat here. Oops. You should see yourself there.
Okay.
I think that's probably good for people that are not.
I think that's
probably good for people that are not. I think that's probably good. Just had a loop there.
Yeah, it's all done. But okay. Let's see. Maybe the camera of the laptop is not the best one. Sorry?
I recognize that one. So is Monday okay for you to do this on a regular basis?
We seem to be the only ones, or don't I see everybody?
We're the only ones there at the moment, yeah.
Okay.
I kind of just sent it out. I sent out, it was 10:15 when I say that, let's do it at 10.
Okay.
Because I was putting everything down in the
one moment.
Sure.
Okay, now feedback problem solved.
Hang on, I'm just tweeting about this. So yeah, I've not been playing any music for almost 2 weeks. I was planning on doing a lot, and then my sister-in-law she broke up with the guy she was living with for 6 years, and she said, can I come over to your place and stay at your place? And we had a room that was okay, but we still had to do everything there in that room. So oh, you're gone now. Can't see anything anymore. You're all black.
Oh. Still.
Yes, it's okay. That's better.
Working on the setting. Okay.
Yeah, it's taken me about an hour to get everything figured out to be able to use my webcam for different things and stream it out with the screen capturing at the same time.
Okay, maybe it works like this. The problem
it's
is
still black now.
Yeah, it doesn't like it. Come on. Okay. The problem is if I have the stuff on Google Hangout and the stuff on live stream, I get everything double, and it's hard to understand.
Yeah, but you don't have to look on. You don't have to look on live stream. That's just I was just pasting that URL so that you could see what people could see.
Now I muted it there.
Okay.
So
what have you been working on with the Eigenharp?
Yeah, we have a little piece, and yeah, it's I have mostly been working with trying to get something like a flute going, and special scales and stuff like this. And
cool.
Yeah.
Yes. What kind of flute? Because there is this. I had this beta thing that was sent out to me. Oh, oops. There's the guy that did the guitar, the acoustic guitar that I was using in one of my videos. He's making an American flute, and he's gonna release soon. Switching to
I have tried a few things. I have settled on the Omnisphere one. There is one in Omnisphere I like, and I have tried to make it a little bit more dense, or let's say rich,
right?
With more texture, because that's the fun thing on the Eigenharp. You can do the texture. You can do stuff like having things coming in, depending on what you press, and that's the fun thing. And I want to explore this.
Right, so you
just have a flute.
So you're putting additional effects on it then?
Yeah, in a way, yes.
Cool. Let me see what that was. Passion flute, that's what he's calling it. Okay. That's the guy from Orange Tree Samples, but I don't think it's released yet. He calls it a jazz rock flute, but I haven't tried it yet.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, I'll see if I can try it out maybe later today. I have not even loaded it up yet. I can try something now. Let me see. I'm not sure if I've got it installed in my sample library. So much data all over the place, huh? Passion flute. Okay, it should be there. So if I open up, which instance of Kontakt should I be using? Okay, that's the acoustic guitar. Remove that one and go to Passion Flute. Have never tried it. Passion Flute. Where is that? Contacts doesn't seem to find the files. It gets confused. an NKR, an NKC, and then an NKI, and it should see the NKI, but it doesn't. It only sees the NKR. I don't know why. It's very strange. Never seen that before.
Yeah.
Ah, Kontakt. Well, I'll have to figure out why this is happening. Maybe I should delete the other ones. Let's see. Refresh. Ah, okay. Oh, God. Board loading. Try again. Okay, I think it's got it now. Pitch bends. It's got different microphones. Can you hear this? Apparently he's got different ways of... So this is one microphone. I'm gonna... Yeah, you're not gonna see my screen. There's like... He sampled it with apparently 5 different microphones. And you can kind of spread them out over the spectrum. Make this very rich. Or remove it.
Can you use the breath controller with it?
I suppose so. You have to figure out how. MIDI CC, breath. It's tied to Harmonics. So yes, it's got something going for it in the breath controller. Just scale it up a bit, so you don't have to blow as hard. And that's interesting. Going through all the different harmonics, the upper harmonics by blowing. So dynamics, what is that? So you can control dynamics also, but you could tie that to the breath controller. Are you triggering the sound in Omnisphere with the breath controller? What are you doing with the breath controller? I can't hear you. Your microphone is turned off. No, can't hear you. Don't you have a button on your headset where you mute button or something like that? You just click the thing here on mine. I accidentally press it. No? Hang on, maybe it's on my end. Let me just check the settings here. Ah. I can't hear this test noise either. Okay, hang on. I think I know what's happening. It's a problem with Soundflower. Yeah, I can hear you again. There's a problem with macOS 10 Lion. Soundflower apparently mutes itself after some time. I don't know why. Yeah, it's annoying.
Okay. I've tried to avoid. I heard so many bad things that I think that I'm not doing it. Especially not before the concert.
No, this is actually just my development machine. I'm staying. My live music machine stays nicely on Snow Leopard with it almost never moves. I only do upgrades when I find something that doesn't work. It's just that stays like that. I might use that one for the Hangouts because if Soundflower stops working, I'm a little bit in a problem. So yeah, what do you do with the breath controller and the Omnisphere one?
Amplitude. At the moment, just amplitude. But I want to do more. It's a little bit boring just to do the amplitude.
Right.
So it comes in. The more I breathe, the louder it gets, which is the simple thing that happens with a flute. But this thing is interesting too. So I will have to look if I can do something like this.
But I can.
You can do stuff like this.
Dive volume to that also. Let me see. If I drag this on that. Okay. So yeah, you can. Oh, hey Duncan. How are you? Nice to join us.
Nice.
Hello.
This is Duncan, or Concaving on the forum.
How you doing?
Good. I'm just taking a coffee break from work, and I thought it'd be nice to come and join you guys.
Right, that's fun. So we were talking about flute setup. Dragica was working on a flute with Omnisphere and how she was mapping it to her alpha, and she was
got some new ideas. Just the amplitude just ramping up the amplitude with the flute with the breath controller is too boring. So probably I'll do something else.
So do you start with a minimum value when you do something like that?
I start actually with no value at all, and only if I breathe in, it's going up. It's a little bit dangerous because I'm not sure I'm doing anything, but it gives the best effects because I can do stuff like really putting my on the keys, and it does nothing and only does something when I start.
Right.
Using the breath controller.
Yeah, we got a little bit sidetracked with stabilizing 1.3 and working on 1.4, but there is this strummer that will actually be able to allow you to do something like that directly, so that the velocity of the key will not be sent out at the key press, but only when you blow. So the reason why it's called a strummer and not a breather or something like that is that we're working on making it work with the courses, so that if you could, for example, tie the first percussion key to the first course, the second percussion key to the second course, and only when you hit the percussion key it will send out the note that is pressed down on that course. So it can work for strumming, but it also can work for breath control. So when you blow, that the note that is pressed down, or the notes that are pressed down, that they are triggered at that time.
Is that what you were using for some of the guitar-based examples that you've had in some of the YouTube videos, Geert?
No, I'm actually basically using the functionalities of the plugin, of the audio unit plugin. Okay. It's a Kontakt audio unit plugin that allows you to actually set up chord shapes that it detects when when you press them down. So when you press 3 notes down, it detects what chord you're playing, and then it strums it out over. When you trigger the string, so you can set up in that. I have to remember it. So you can auto strum, but there's another way of doing it is by setting up the percussion keys as actual just regular notes. And the way that this Kontakt patch is set up, it's set up for a regular keyboard. So you would have the chords over here and then triggers to the left side. And piano players would be like strumming like this, which is not natural. Right. But on the Eigenharp, this is just tied to the percussion keys, and by brushing over it, it then sends out those strumming information. And it can use the velocity. The plugin supports the fact of using the velocity to playing the strings that are related, harder or softer. So, sorry. Yeah, so no, eventually we'll have something when the strummer is done and working, which will probably be for 2.0 now, but it will be able to do that with almost everything.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Duncan, what have you been doing with the Eigenharp?
At the moment, just trying to get my hands around just the physicality of the instruments and trying to work out kind of finger shapes and stuff like that.
Right. What do you have? You have a towel?
I'm due to work pressures, I haven't managed to find as much time to play it as I would like.
Right.
A problem familiar to many, I'm sure.
I think that's the case for everyone, right?
Yeah.
And then people are saying, yeah, but when a professional musician has enough time to do that, and that's not true. They have even less time. Because when people that picked up the Eigenharp a while ago, they were supposed to kind of use them in live shows, and they never actually find the time to sit down and practice. So it's a problem. It's a big problem. So you have a Tau or a Pico on Alpha?
Me?
Yeah.
I have a Pico, and I've also got an Alpha. I bought an Alpha at the beginning of the summer.
Right. Cool. Awesome.
It's my 40th birthday in about a month's time, and I thought I'd treat myself.
That's cool. That's very cool. Which one do you have?
Which Alpha? I've got the piano black, silver.
Right. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. It's a beautiful one. Yeah.
It's a fantastic instrument. I think everybody who actually sees it is just blown away by just how high quality the construction is. Yeah. Even the Pico, I was showing the Pico to a bunch of work colleagues back in June, and telling them the price, and they just couldn't get over how well together.
Yes.
Both thought out and put together, constructed.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about it.
It's quite a feat to actually to get it at these prices. Some people, when they see the list price and haven't touched the instruments, they're like, well, this is expensive for a MIDI controller. But when you have one in your hands, I think we all agree. It's nicely built.
It's again, the sensitivity of the keys is just so much. They're so much more sensitive than people sort of expect with a controller at that price.
Right. Yeah. So you've just been practicing on the Alpha for 2 months now, right?
Yeah.
Hard times.
On and off over 2 months as well. Yeah. So
it's hard times. Dragica is in the same place as you, I think. How long do you have it now?
Yeah. I think I have my Alpha from around the same time as Duncan has his.
Right.
So practicing.
We were both trying to buy them at the same time that the lead time was jumped from about a month to almost 6 months or something like that, raising alarm bells with everybody. Yeah,
there's some supplier problems. It's not a lot of fun to figure out how to get all the parts. So some of the things
was saying when I met him in London.
Yeah, some of the things are moving to other suppliers, but it requires a whole testing of the whole chain again and stuff like that. So it's not easy. John has said to me several times that if he would have known that it would be so difficult to build physical products, then he might have to reconsider.
Hardware's not easy.
Oh no. So yes. What are you guys? What are you particularly looking at when you're rehearsing? Is it more finger positioning or scales? Or?
For me, trying to just get the basic sort of understanding of finger position and kind of learn that muscle memory.
Right.
And also try not to dive off down through the black holes of, exploring presets and plugins.
Right. And then you're gone for the whole day.
Yeah. You can sort of you can find yourself losing an hour and not actually really have accomplished all that much, but just, had fun.
Right. Well, that's cool also, right? And once in a while,
one thing that's not working for me, and I'm trying, I'm relatively new to kind of electronic music, I guess, is more computer-based kind of control of instruments, is the FX plugins. I've been trying to map, just map sort of simple kind of, it's the inline effects.
Right.
When I add something like a low-pass filter, when I touch the strip controller, the sound is dropping out completely. And I'm sure it's something that I'm doing wrong, or I haven't quite got configured right. Whether that rings any bells.
It's so there's one thing is that the strip controller has two ways of sending out information. You can send out relative information based on when you first touch it, and then the movement that you make sends out the data that is a difference from when you first touched it. And then there is the absolute one where it actually starts from a certain position. And I can't remember if 0 is at the top or at the bottom. I think 0 is at the top, but I'm not sure. Or in the middle even.
Well, I've tried both of the two sort of settings in the configuration matrix, and I've also tried to press the strip controller and move both directions, and I'm still not hearing any sound. So, if I manipulate the window on my Mac, I can hear the effect taking place, but I'm not hearing it when I'm trying to control it from the strip controller.
Right. Maybe I can figure out. I can see what's going on. I'm just working with this huge setup where I'm not really okay. Oh, that's for the cello. I'm just looking at which inline effects I already have loaded to just not ruin my entire setup. I don't have that many inline effects. Well, I'll just load a new one, I guess. Just see what goes on. The browser is here. I should have one on the piano, actually. Where is that? There it is. Tube Deck Audio Unit 1. I think that's the one. Yes, there it is. So you're saying strip controller. I'm going to replace that one with the low pass filter. What do I have? So many effects to choose from. We've also been...
There's that black hole I spoke about.
No. I've been trying out, right before I went on vacation for 2 weeks, I've been trying out a whole series of effects that we'll be recommending and some giving away with a new version of the software. But which means that I've got an even larger collection of effects plugins installed right now. It's quite a lot. What's that delay? Let's see what that does. See what it's automatable, I'm not sure. Okay, filter type. Doesn't seem to be doing much, this effect. Gonna try another one. I think, what's the one? Ohm Force makes a nice one, right? Ohm Fromage. Okay. Just figure. Okay. Oh, what is that? Tone. I hate the Ohm Force GUIs. Can never figure out what they do. This is connected to pitch also now. Let me just try the other one. Clear. Cutoff frequency. Is that the kind of thing that you want to do?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to.
So I just took the absolute strip position of strip controller 2, and in Fromage I tied it to the cutoff frequency.
Yep.
But there is one thing that is it's a little bit an inconsistency in the way the low level information is being sent out. The strip control, the absolute strip controller information always snaps back to 0. There is nothing you can do about it. So we have an idea of how to fix that, but it will also be for 2.0. So that because when you're in the routing matrix, you can set it to always return to origin. Well, that has no effect on the absolute strip controller for the moment. So it always returns to origin, whether or not that is checked. So ideally, this wouldn't be able to be tied into the behavior of the absolute strip controller. The problem is that it's being sent down. This is something that was probably added a couple of years ago when Dave was doing a lot of setups, and he used this a lot. You know, this filtering stuff, and being able to snap back to origin is a safe place when you're playing live, right? And there was no routing matrix at the time, so I suppose that he kind of suggested to the developers that this should be set to, to snap back to 0 all the time, because this is what people would want. But now we're in a place where we're figuring out that people want to configure that. So we'll have to figure out a way to how to undo what was done and do it again, so differently. So yeah, it seems to work. But I
guess I just have to go back and give it another go.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see.
Yeah, the strip controller is difficult to manage. I think it's for me it's really hard to get it going right, because it needs enough of area of my thumb that I can work with it.
Right. Yeah, it's taken me quite. What helped me a lot in getting, getting a good feel for the strip controller is to try to play the cello with it, which is actually very difficult.
It's a lot harder than the pico. I mean, the Kontakt.
Yes.
To maintain a steady contact on the alpha strip controllers, definitely a bit more of a challenge.
It is, yeah. It's but I find that after you're kind of proficient with playing the cello, I kind of prefer the alpha version now, because I have much I can go from very little to very much. While on the pico, it's kind of always in the same range when I use the strip controller. So stuff like that. I don't feel it behave as well on the pico as it does on the alpha, but it takes a while. I remember sitting down for a couple of weeks just trying to play the cello on the alpha, and but I think it did pay off. I'm still planning on doing some kind of cello piece that only uses a cello with loops, a little bit like what's she called again? She's very active on Twitter. I love her music. Zoe Keating. I don't know if you know Zoe Keating. Yeah. I was thinking of trying to cover some of her stuff, but then I sat down and tried to do so. I was like, okay, no, I can't do everything that she does with her cello. Tapping on it and making little faint noises with the strings, and she's very creative. So, oh, that's my bird. He wants to join in. Hang on, because I think Soundflower is crapping out for me again. Hang on, Dragica, I can't hear you anymore. It's a Soundflower again. So Duncan went away, right? And you can hear my bird. I'm gonna figure out the Soundflower problem. I think I'll deconnect again. Can we do this again next week? Okay. Bye.